We are covering dwelling policies, specifically the DP-1, DP-2, and DP-3 for the property and casualty exam. The first thing your exam will test is when to use a dwelling policy instead of a homeowner's policy. The answer is simple. Dwelling policies are for residential properties where the owner does not live, such as a rental property, or for homes that don't qualify for a standard homeowner's policy. Unlike homeowners' policies, dwelling forms do not automatically include liability or theft coverage. These must be added by endorsement. Let's quickly review the coverages labeled A through E. Coverage A is for the dwelling itself. Coverage B is for other structures on the property not attached to the dwelling, like a detached garage or a shed. Coverage C covers personal property. Coverage D is for fair rental value, which reimburses a landlord for lost rent if a covered peril makes the property uninhabitable. Coverage E, additional living expenses, is for the owner's expenses if they must live elsewhere while their owner-occupied dwelling is repaired. Now let's compare the three forms, which is the core of what you'll be tested on. The DP-1 is the basic form. It's a named peril policy that only covers fire, lightning, and internal explosion. Other perils can be added, but the key exam fact is that all losses under a standard DP-1 are paid out on an actual cash value, or ACV, basis. This means the payout is reduced by depreciation. Next is the DP-2, the broad form. This is also a named peril policy, but it adds many more covered perils, such as damage from burglars, falling objects, and the weight of ice and snow. Here's a major exam point. The DP-2 upgrades building coverage. That's coverage A and B to replacement cost. However, personal property under coverage C is still valued at actual cash value. Finally, we have the DP-3, the special form. This is the most comprehensive policy. For the dwelling and other structures, the DP-3 provides open peril, or all-risk coverage, meaning a loss is covered unless it's specifically excluded. But here's the most common exam trap. Personal property, coverage C, is still covered on a named peril basis, just like the DP-2. The exam will try to trick you into thinking everything is open peril. Remember that building coverages are paid at replacement cost, while personal property remains at ACV. A simple way to remember the progression is basic, broad, and special. The DP-1 is basic and pays ACV. The DP-2 is broader with named perils and pays replacement cost for the building. The DP-3 is special, providing open peril coverage for the building. But your personal property inside is still only covered for the broad form's named perils. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.